Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Star Realms Rise of Empire, which is brought to you by Wise Wizard Games. It's for 2 players, ages 12 and up, and games generally run about 20 minutes. So, for those of you who don't know Star Realms, here's the basics. It is a fast-paced deck-building card game of outer space combat. As you play, you make use of trade to acquire new ships and bases from the cards in the trade row. You use the ships and bases you acquire to either generate more trade or to generate combat to attack your opponent and their bases. When you reduce your opponent's score, which is called authority, to 0, you win. In Star Realms Rise of Empire, you will embark on an epic adventure over the course of 12 scenarios, where you will permanently alter the market deck cards while tracking your battle wins and losses. You will compete to achieve various objectives, earning you campaign victory points and unlocking the secrets of the worlds around you. This new standalone prequel will feature over 200 cards and a 12-game legacy scenario campaign, introducing 3 brand new factions: the Consortium, the Scavengers, and the Kingdom. Rise of Empire can be played standalone or combined with all previous Star Realms content after you finish the campaign. So join me as we take a closer look at what's new in this Legacy Edition. This video is going to assume that you know the basics and mechanics behind playing a standard version of Star Realms. So we're not going to be really diving into that, but we are going to be taking a look at what's new in this Legacy Edition. First and foremost, it is a scenario campaign-based game, and you're going to have 12 scenarios to move through. However, in the prototype, I only got to play the first 4, which I played a couple times. Now, what's interesting about Star Realms in general is that you generally win by eliminating your opponent, taking their health or authority points down to 0 from 50. However, in this version of the game, you have a secondary win condition, which is a political win condition, but that's all listed on these campaign cards or scenario cards. And each one is going to have a bit of thematic text, which I love in games, and then some sort of game-changing aspect for that particular scenario, and then finally showing what that other win condition is, which is going to be related to applying upgrades to your cards, which we'll get to. Now, one of the interesting things about these scenario cards is that they're double-sided, so whoever won the previous scenario will determine the side this card gets played, and it will change up the different game-altering aspects. It is listed on the cards, it's very clear what you're going to be doing for that particular scenario. And I like that aspect. It does change up the game flow based on who's won and who's lost. It's really an interesting aspect. I can't wait to see what the other scenarios bring. In the middle of the table, you'll have your standard trade row, just like in basic Star Realms. And of course, your Explorer cards. These are all the cards you're going to be tapping into purchasing and building your deck bigger and better. And then we have our 2 new factions. We've got the Star Empire and we've got the Trade Federation. Now in a standard game of Star Realms, you would have 10 cards. However, in this version, you're going to start with 11, all very specific to your different factions. And then you have a set of sticker sheets. These stickers directly relate to each of the scenarios. And so that new win condition directly relates to these sticker sheets. Now, the way that works, to upgrade your cards, yes, you're going to be applying new stickers to your card in order to upgrade them. Now, you have some choices here. You need to find cards in your hand or from the trade row that have the same cost value. And that's the card you're going to use to upgrade either the ships or the bases. Now, if you choose a level 2 and upgrade your ship, then you can't use the level 2 upgrade for your base. So you have to make some interesting choices as you move through this Legacy Edition. Now, I left my stickers intact because they have an infinite replayability deck. And it's going to work much like the stickers. When you decide what you're upgrading, you go find the card that's already printed with the upgrade and replace it with the base card that you have. But really, the game is designed to use the stickers. It's very tactile. And not only are you putting those upgrades on your ships and bases, but you'll also be attaching the faction sticker in the top left corner of the card. And those are again related to your different factions and so forth. It's just a nice tactile experience in a Legacy game for sure. But having that infinite replayability deck really does help you go back through the game and play it over and over and over, right? So having those is definitely a nice option. And I definitely played that way just again, so I could save the sticker sheets for filming here. But typically I would use them. I think that's a lot of fun to go and do. Now, they've also provided a second deck here in this set that allows the trade deck to be replaced back to the basic cards. So if you do choose to go through and sticker things and play that way the first time, then you can still always come back and reset the game, which that's really the key in this infinite replayability deck. So let's talk about what it costs to upgrade the different types of cards. Now again, you have the ships and the bases you're going to be upgrading, and first thing you're checking is the level of the card and can you upgrade it currently? Have you used a sticker yet, or so forth? So you find the level of the card you're going to upgrade, and then you have to pay the cost. So for ships, it's going to cost you 2 trade units, and for bases, it will cost you 3 trade units. Now, as you purchase a card from the trade row, then you can also upgrade it at the same time. Obviously, you'll have to pay the cost from the trade row. Maybe it's 6 plus another 2 for the ship, so it costs you 8 in order to get that card, but you can upgrade it immediately as you purchase it from the trade row, which is really nice. Now, the nice thing about these sticker sheets is that if you didn't use your allotment of 5 in the previous scenario, the current scenario, you can still use those, but you can only win that scenario by using the current scenario sticker sheet. So you have to complete 5 in order to have that instant win during the game. Now, those sticker sheets are really nice, all kinds of different upgrades through the course of the different types of missions that you're going through. And at the end of each one, they also have a new thing where you have trophy cards. You basically have your victory point cards that are going to show what scenario you won. You're going to collect these as you move through. It is a campaign, right? So you'll hold on to these through the course of the game. At the end, you'll see who has the most. So those are really the main new things that you're going to be looking at. Lots of new cards. I really like that aspect for sure. I can't wait to jump in and try more of the scenarios. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, with that said, I really liked the different scenarios and how they change up based on who won the previous one. Lots of interesting game-altering aspects there, and again, I love the thematic text on these things for sure. Now, I have been a big fan, longtime fan, of Star Realms and Hero Realms, some of my favorite deck builders for sure. And this Legacy Edition adds a lot. I actually like applying stickers to the cards, that physical aspect of upgrading the cards and using those stickers. It has a great tactile experience. But the fact that they have the infinite replayability decks so you can come back and play over and over is simply fantastic. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.